2, 3, testing, and we're here. Nobody's here yet, but maybe people will start coming in now that but we are here. Yeah, it's not 6 o'clock yet, so we're gonna wait. So it's still 5:59 now. This is for the live stream. If you are watching this any other day than September 28th at 6 p.m. Central European Summertime, we're not live, so that's just a little message. Sounds okay? Everything looks good?
It's 8 o'clock. Hello!
No, it's not 8 o'clock, it's
the 6. Sorry, 18.
Hi everyone, and welcome to Sitting It for a Bit live from Lake Como, and we are as always your hosts,
Arne and Carlos.
And boy have we been unlucky with these podcasts since we started. I mean, the first thing that happened was the whole debacle with the advertising. We did our live streams, and then YouTube inserted like 25 ads, which is crazy.
I think the first one was good from the garden in Sweden. I think that went well.
Well, that will work, but you know, we had the issue with the 25 ads, and then we managed to figure that one out. So, and then we still get people commenting that they're ads, and yes, there will always be ads. It's just that instead of 25, we think 4 is more adequate. I think you will all agree. Anyway, we're very unlucky with that. And then last week, we just happened to be on board a ship. And the ship was up in the north of Norway, all the way beyond the Arctic Circle.
So we had a lot of wind.
A lot of wind, and you know, I mean, that is the way it is.
We tried to film indoors, but it was so crowded, so there was a lot of noise, so we decided to let's do it outside.
Yeah.
We shouldn't have done that maybe, but it's not.
Yeah, and then and boy did we read about it in the comments, everybody commenting about the sound. So today we plan to do the podcast indoors because there is a little wind outside and Como is quite crowded, so we ended up doing it in the place we're staying. And boy, is there an echo here, so I'm sure this is going to be the whole thing today.
Today we have echo.
Yeah.
Because this room is enormous.
Yeah, this is a huge room which is very sparsely furnished. And yeah, there's an echo here. We are aware of it, but Sitting It for a Bit live from when we're traveling is something that we just, can't control, the environment. And I mean, I guess it is as expected from a 16th century palazzo in the center of Como.
And it's turned into a hotel.
Yeah.
And it's strange that people actually live there. I think there are ghosts here.
I'm sure there are lots of ghosts.
A lot of ghosts.
Now the funny thing about, Arne and I, we really love into design, into decorating, and one of the things that we've always gone for, because our house is fairly big, but the rooms are quite small, and so one way for us to make a room look bigger is obviously to put in like really big furniture. The bigger the furniture you put in the room, the bigger the room seems to be. But here, Arne, they've gone the other way around.
They have put small furniture. We're sitting in like really small chair, and the fireplace is even small also.
Yeah.
Smaller than what we have at home.
Absolutely.
And there are candles there, and I'm looking all over for matches.
No matches.
No matches, so we can't light the candles in the fireplace. Maybe they knew that you were coming.
Probably they knew that I was coming, and they hid all the matches away. But yeah, this is a humongous room. I think this room is probably around 60 square meters, and that will be about 600 square feet roughly. The ceilings are well over 5 meters, and then there's a bed, right? There's a fireplace with a lovely little Italian lady on it, and then we've got these 2 chairs. Which are tiny. You may have heard of the ARNE CARLOS doppelgangers who live up in the north of Norway. They're called ARNE CARLOS. They are about 6 years old. Well, they would actually sit very comfortably in these chairs, which are tiny.
But we tried it before. We can actually get out of them.
We can.
They're not so small.
Anyway, it feels like Alice in Wonderland. We're falling into this parallel universe, but it is beautiful.
I think it's cool. They have like nice chandeliers in the hall, and there's like the staircase has mirrors. So when you come at night, it's almost a little bit spooky because you see all the shadows of yourself, and you see yourself everywhere. So
and because we're in Italy, everything's 16th century here. So yeah, it's a very old building with a lot of soul. and very, very beautiful. We are here actually on holiday. We have been having a holiday. Okay, so Laurie was asking if she could see our view. Well, we're in Como City. We're not by the lake.
No.
We are staying in a place in the center of Como. Como is a very old city. It's walled. And our view is actually of a medieval street with some buildings in front of it.
I think we see straight over.
We've seen to somebody's picture. Yeah.
Roof. I think
Yeah.
it's the owner of this house because we heard that they actually live in this house.
Yeah.
And maybe they live over there. So there's no view.
Yeah, so we opted to stay away from the lake, and we're in Como. The reason we do that is because we love Como. It's actually the first time we've been here, but we heard a lot of great things about this city, and we rather stay in a place which has a little bit more to offer. We've been to all the other places in Como before, like Bellagio and Tremezzo, and they're really, really tiny. And Arne and I, we are very restless souls, so we get bored quickly. Actually, we spent a couple of hours in Bellagio today, and we were bored.
Yeah, we ended up in a cafe drinking tea for over 1 hour because we had seen everything. But we went to see this beautiful garden, which we're going to take some people to next year.
Yeah.
So we also do a little bit of research.
Exactly, yeah.
There was an antique shop, but it's gone. That was
Gone.
Couldn't find it now.
But
So
anyway,
it's like-
this is a holiday trip, but we decided to do our holiday here in Lake Como because next year we're doing a garden trip that we'll be inviting you all if you want to join us. And we just wanted to come back and just discover a few more things. And Como is what we really wanted to discover.
I saw a comment if we were knitting today, and we have actually had a few days without knitting. All the knitting is in the car in Norway because we came directly from the Hurtigruten.
We did, yeah.
Boat from the knitting cruise, so we left all the knitting in the car.
Mm-hmm.
And I needed to have a break because of this hand, so I've been doing sketches with that hand.
Yeah. So show them what you've been doing. We've been reading books and we've been doing illustration while we're here.
I'm just making some. What you know what you call in the old days when you were in the telephone and you were doing these
The little doodles. Doodling.
So I started to doodle and I'm going to color it later. So I just started now. This is like a bookshelf.
You have to hold it a little bit more back. There you go.
It's started to fill the bookshelves with books, and there's a knitted doll up there and a basket of yarn.
Mm.
So that is one doodle.
A doodle.
And then we have another doodle. This is one of the coffee cups in the breakfast room.
Yeah, they serve coffee and tea from these really old cups. Nothing matches.
Really, really beautiful. So I'm going to color this one also. And there's some knitting on the table, and there's some flowers in the vase. So this is what we've been doing these days.
Yeah, doodling, sightseeing,
And
eating.
sightseeing.
We've been eating a lot of food. We're trying all the restaurants, trying to figure out, like the best restaurants in Como, so that we know all that. We've been visiting some of the gardens here as well, which are beautiful.
Yeah.
And yeah, we've been to Varena, we've been to Chernobyl, yesterday. Yesterday we took a lovely afternoon bicycle ride to Chernobyl.
I was a little bit, nervous for the bicycle ride because people drive so quick. The car were like everywhere, but luckily we didn't have to stay in the traffic, so we could go. There was the path for bicycles and people who walked. So that was nice, and I'm glad that you convinced me to take a bicycle.
It was fun. It was a lot of fun. I read a question. I forgot the name already, but somebody was asking if there are knitting shops in Como. Actually, we haven't seen a knitting shop here.
Actually, we saw yarn.
But they sell yarn. There's like
a
marketplace.
We just ended up in a big market. Like there's a huge market, but they have yarn, but not much. But we haven't found a yarn shop yet. But I guess they must have.
Yeah, they must have. Jutta was asking what the weather is like here in Como this time of the year. It is beautiful.
Yeah.
It is nice and sunny. The day we arrived, which was Sunday, it was raining, but now it's gorgeous weather. We go every day at 6:30. We go for our Italian aperitivo, which is lovely, and we sit in the square here in Como, the large square that is just delightful. And weather is really, really nice. So.
Someone said if I know there's a Dolly Parton advent calendar, oh,
We
I
had
have
no
to
idea.
that
Write
out.
that down. And I also saw that some people were asking about have we been to the thrift shops here in Italy?
Yes.
And actually, no, we have not been to the thrift shops. We went to the flea markets in Milan.
Which was even better. But
Yeah.
the market is actually an area where we saw thrift shops, but there are 2 kilometers
2 kilometers of flea market.
flea markets.
Both sides of a canal.
Yeah.
It was amazing.
It was lovely, and there was so much nice things, but we didn't bring home
Oh, a few things. But
only a few things.
always a few
But there
things.
was a lot of inspiration there.
So we were unsure when we got there. Somebody asked if we speak Italian. No, we don't. I speak
You
Spanish.
understand.
I can speak fake Italian. I can just pronounce Spanish words in Italian and hope that somebody will understand me. And usually they do.
But today when we bought cheese,
Yeah, we bought a lot
you
of
talked
cheese.
to that lady in the store.
Well, I had to speak in my fake Italian. Anyway, we went to the flea market, and in the beginning we didn't understand whether we could use it paid with cards. You know, all the little stalls, and yeah.
We walked by a lot of.
We walked by a lot of nice stuff, and then we realized that they all accept credit cards. We had to go back, and I made Arne go back because now I'm a professional thrift shopper.
Like actually, I was the one who said, "Isn't it time now to go back to the hotel because I kind of had it, but then you want to go more because now you have black
belt in thrift shopping."
Thrift shopping.
And I'm going to show you what I bought. Well, actually, I made Arne buy it because my credit card wasn't working. I mean, I spent too much money already. Anyway, this is a vase. It's Liberty style, so it's actually French. It's Art Nouveau, but Art Nouveau in Italy is a Liberty. That's the time. So it's from the beginning of the 20th century. I don't know if you can see. It's glass and it's super cool because it is a hand.
Hand holding.
It is holding a vase. I mean, it's really, really cool.
And it's pink.
And it's pink, my favorite color nowadays.
It will be beautiful in the pink room.
So yeah, we're gonna keep this upstairs in our sitting room upstairs, and I just can't wait to put beautiful flowers in it.
I think this will be good for tulips.
Yeah,
because it has that shape. I like that shape for tulips.
Yeah, tulips, or also flowers that kind of let you know what I mean, like a lot of.
But I think it's nice.
Anyway, this is my treasure that I found, and when I saw it, I loved it. But we went past it, and then I said to Arne, I really love that vase. And then Arne said, so did I. And I said, shall we go back? And I said, okay. Actually, we got this for €80, so it's about approximately the same in dollars, so $80, €80. And I think it's actually a really good price. I mean, it's a vase from the beginning of the 20th century. And yeah, Laura says pack it carefully.
Yeah, it's going to be in my hand luggage.
Yeah, and be careful because the floor here is obviously not wood like in Norway. So.
And then I found something from
Villeroy
Bosch. This one.
From the 60s.
This was very nice because we have a lot of books on our table in the drawing room, and the cover of the books they get wet, although
when we have
drinks or whatever. So this will be on the books, so we can keep the books dry. So that's the two.
Oh, it's funny. Katie Friedman is saying that it almost matches your shirt.
Yeah,
and it does. It's like if it was the same pattern but in blue and white. Yeah, it's
thinking about everything.
It's very nice, and I bought a tray when we were in Sweden. I bought a little sandwich tray like this from William Morris. I mean, it's got like a William Morris.
For Christmas cookies.
Yeah, it's great for Christmas cookies. But we're gonna put these when we drink. We're gonna put them down so that we don't.
So that's the two.
Ruin our books.
We don't bring home much this time.
Well,
2 things.
I mean,
but there's so much stuff in the house, so maybe it's good.
Yeah, Jackie O'Neill is asking what time it is in Italy. It's exactly the same time as in Norway. We are in the same time zone, which is Central European time. Actually, we're still in Central European summertime, and it is, what time is it now? Let me see, because we have aperitivo to go. Okay, so it's 8:13, so we're still, we're still okay. At 8:30, it's 6:13. At 6:30 we have aperitivo. We're gonna have to leave you guys. because
But it's
very
almost getting dark outside, and this room has two lamps. We're actually under a lamp now because there's no light in the ceiling. There's just this.
Why? Because the ceiling is really far
high.
And we know that because we are sitting very low in these tiny little chairs.
We have very good lighting, at least, and echo.
Yeah, exactly. And I was wondering about the echo, if we put pillows all around us, but
we tried, it didn't work.
It didn't work.
Because we had some pillows,
but
it didn't work. And then, when we went to the coastal boat for the knitting cruise, I found a blue Volkswagen in the
Playmobil
Volkswagen in the airport. And look what I found in Italy, in Como. I found a yellow Playmobil Volkswagen. And it actually says it's for 5 to 99 years old people. So I'm gonna play with this. But I never had Playmobil before. So maybe it's time I should have it.
So to answer a couple of questions, Tina was asking if they celebrate Halloween here. I don't think they do. There's no pumpkins or any decorations out in the streets here. It's all very beautifully decorated with a lot of beautiful flowers. And then somebody was asking about the place we're staying, if it was 14th century. No, it was built in the 16th century, so in the 1500s. It's an old palazzo. For me, it's a building because it's probably got apartments. But it's a beautiful palazzo. It's got a couple of courtyards.
And there's also a palazzo next.
Yeah, the next door is a palazzo. But they're all buildings. They're all converted. There's like a series of apartments here. Then there's the little hotel that we're staying in. And highly recommendable. It is beautiful.
Look at this. It's all in Lego.
Yeah.
There's like bags of stuff.
And it's got the same car rack, or the roof rack that we have.
You have to help me with
I'll help you.
You had Playmobil when you were a kid.
Yeah. I used to play a lot with Playmobil when I was a kid.
I never had it.
Yeah. I had the ambulance, and then my friend Thomas from Denmark, he had the emergency room. So we had to, when we met, we had to play together to play, doctor, because it was the emergency room. He had that, and I had the ambulance, and then we could bring in the little patients, the little Playmobil room.
And I learned some new things about Carlos on this trip. He just told me last night, you told me you were in the choir, you were singing. I didn't know that. You never told me that you were in the choir, and you knew these songs.
I was 8 years old, yeah.
He was singing Tie a Yellow Ribbon Around the Old Oak Tree.
And I'm not going to do it now.
No, but that was like, that's one of my favorite songs when I grew up, with Dawn, Tony, Orlando, and the Dawn. I don't know if some of you remember them. I have a lot of vinyl from them. And that was one of their songs.
Yeah.
And you had the other one, the Olivia Newton-John.
Yeah, If You Could Read My Mind.
If You Could Read My Mind.
No. There's not going to be any singing here. Not if, you know what? If we would have done Sit in It for a bit after aperitivo time, maybe.
Then he might.
We're going for aperitivos, and before that I am very shy. Yeah. So
but I'm learning stuff.
I need a drink or 3 before I start singing, that's for sure. There's a lot of people mentioning the hurricane in Florida. It is terrible. And we met some lovely friends. Julia and Joe said they were on our cruise, and they actually live in Tampa. And I hope they're safe.
But I think they told us they should go to another place.
Yeah, they were going to Charlotte, so hopefully they're not in Florida right now. But yeah, it's terrible. And also we heard about the whole thing in Prince Edward Island. The festival that was supposed to take place got cancelled. So there was no festival, but we will be coming to Prince Edward Island. Hopefully in November. There's no hurricanes that hit that part of the east coast of North America. And we're very sorry that you got your festival cancelled, but we'll be there. And maybe that's a little consolation, maybe not for all, but maybe some people will be happy that at least we're coming. So yeah, it's a little bit of a situation with these storms and hurricanes and things that you can't control. On our cruise, our Hurtigruten cruise that we just did was quite nice. Smooth sailing most of the time, except for the beginning and the end. was quite rough, and then Arne gets a little seasick.
Yeah, next time I have to go. I have to go to the doctor, and I need everything. I need the patches behind my ear. I need pills. I need everything because I get so seasick because there's a lot of waves. But I was not the only one. So
no. A lot of our guests get seasick as well.
Yeah.
So.
But you don't want to be flat in your bed. You want to sit and talk to people. So.
And we're going to go home tomorrow, and then on I think it's the 11th of October, we will board a new cruise. I hope that we can figure out your seasickness before next cruise, so that you don't get sick. Because it's not fun for you.
That's nothing compared to all this hurricanes.
No, absolutely not. We're lucky that the part of the world we live in sees very little of hurricanes. Jutta is saying to try the bracelets.
I had them also.
They don't work.
They didn't work this time. Last time they worked. Maybe I put them on wrong. Some people say you should have like 2 fingers below your wrist.
Yeah.
Exactly. So then you should press somewhere there. So I tried.
So patches. You'll try the patches. You'll get the pills, and you'll be fine.
I got a pill, but then I should have taken it.
Exactly. Susan Treston is saying take it the night before. That's correct. This cruise is usually quite
ginger
too.
Yeah.
And they've got ginger shots that you can take. Like shots of ginger on board.
The ginger can.
But usually it's not as rough as it was this time.
No, but I'm a land crab. I'm not used to the water.
We've got somebody here from Taiwan. Oh, very nice. It's actually quite late at night there.
That's late at night,
yeah. Oh, and Kazakhstan. Isn't that cool? Hello.
Wow.
Eugenia Smire. Hello from Kazakhstan. Actually, she's writing in Norwegian. So
maybe Norway.
Yeah. So very, very cool. And we're very happy that we are able to share a little bit of our vacation with you guys. As we were saying in the beginning, we're not going to do this outside because Como is really crowded. There's loads of people everywhere. It's the end of the season here right now, and it's nice to come this time of the year because it's not as hot. Although the weather has been lovely, sunny and great. A couple of questions about our dog as well. Jackson Sakura asks if we take our dog when we travel, and we do not. It inflicts too much stress on her, even though we can take her on the plane because she's small enough. She'll be too stressed by the change. So no, she stays with our friends.
At home.
Yeah, she stays with our friends. And this morning, we went into because it's Italy, right? And there's these lovely little food stores everywhere. We went into a little store and we got 3 kilos, so 6 pounds of Parmesan cheese, all vacuum packed and all ready to go. So we're bringing 6 pounds, 3 kilos of Parmesan cheese, Parmigiano Reggiano, of course, and we're bringing that to Norway, and a little piece. Well, actually, it's 3 kilos, so we'll give a large piece to our friends who have been taking care of Freya for us for a while.
So that's nice.
Yeah, and somebody was asking about an update on Helmer, and no, we don't have one, and we don't want to. It would be too painful to we have to let go. I mean, once we realized that we couldn't keep him because of his anxiety, and we just our main objective was that he had a great home, and once he had a great home, then we are done with it.
But every time we go to Lillehammer, we watch look for him in the streets, and I wonder how that will be. He probably recognizes if he sees us, and then he will be crazy. So.
No, you know what? I think he's happy with his new owners. Dogs are really good at adapting, and dogs tend to, they tend to become very attached to their people, and we're no longer his people. Somebody else is his people or his person, and he's fine. We know that the breeder who rehomed him made an excellent job finding somebody, and that's what matters to us. And it's better that we don't get any updates because we have to let go. We can't just keep him. Somebody's saying that for us to say hello to George. We passed by George's house,
George!
In case somebody's wondering. We passed by his house.
We know where he lives.
We know where he lives. We passed it both on Monday and today, and we waved. I'm sure he waved back saying, "Oh, look, it's Arne
No,
Carlos."
I don't think he was at home. It looked like the curtains were down.
Yeah, and there's a lot of bushes, so
A lot of bushes.
you can't see into his garden.
And we heard he also bought the neighbor house.
He did, yeah.
But we know where he lives.
Yeah, we do know. And his house is really beautiful.
We should be stalkers. Maybe we should
Stalkers, yeah.
Stalkers.
Other things that are happening or have happened. We went to the opera in Oslo to see Giselle.
That was nice.
We had a wonderful evening with some friends, and I've never seen Giselle live. I've actually seen her on TV.
I've never seen an opera.
No, it was a ballet.
No, a ballet, sorry. I've been in the opera, but I've never seen the ballet.
No.
So that was the first time for me.
Beautiful.
No, it was the second
No,
ballet.
you've seen.
The other one was modern.
Yeah.
This was the first old.
Yeah, Giselle is, yeah. It was a very beautiful presentation, or a very beautiful version, and very ethereal. The second act is stunning. I mean, it is such a feast for the eye to see all these beautiful dancers.
I like the coulisses.
Oh yeah, the scenography.
The scenography, because the colors on the houses and the things on the stage look almost like these things that you cut from the old magazines.
Yeah.
From those, you can do the theater from that.
Mm.
So that was very nice.
Very nice. And yeah, now we're going home tomorrow. We're going to drive, as all of you know, we painted our upstairs room pink, and the curtains didn't match anymore, so we've got some new curtains that we're picking up tomorrow. The fabric is from William Morris. It's beautiful, and it's blue and it's got peacocks and foxes and rabbits or hares. It's blue, grey, beige, a little pink, lots of blue, lots of greens, dark, and it's going to change the room completely. So tomorrow we get on a flight from Milan, we go back home, we go pick up our curtains, then we are going to enjoy 12 days at home before we go on our next cruise.
So maybe we can do the next sit and it for a bit in front of the new curtains.
Well, we'll see. You never know what we'll come up with. We may just come up with a really good idea.
And we have to paint the dining room yellow.
Yeah, well, that will be later. So, Arne, the clock is ticking, and I got so we are dressed for a night out in the town. I've got the blazer.
Jackets only have to look smashing.
We do. It's aperitivo time here in Como. So you guys, we're going to have to leave you now because our drinks and our little snacks are waiting for us, and then we're going to have our dinner and enjoy a lovely night, our final night here in Como. But anyway, it is really cool that we're able to do this from anywhere in the world. Eric, he told us he doesn't want to help us fix the computer because he thinks it works perfectly well with our iPhone, and he promised to buy us a microphone. So hopefully
no echo.
Yeah, hopefully within a few weeks we will have a microphone that runs on Bluetooth, so that when we do sit in it for a bit, hello, we'll be able to do it with better sound. Anyway, we hope that this echo hasn't been too much of a nuisance, but please know that we try our best to keep these, the sound as good as possible. However, it is difficult to control the environment when we're traveling. There's just no way we can.
No, maybe when we go tour in America, maybe we will be in the back of a car. That would be horrible. So maybe microphones help. I don't know.
Yeah.
But
so, how about some quick formalities? Also, we want to mention that if you're interested in a garden tour, drop us an email. We're going to be doing it in the end of April, beginning of May. By the time we come back to Como, at that time, the gardens will be full of blooming azaleas and rhododendron. We're going to be visiting Milan, then we're going to be going to Verona, we're going to go to Lake Garda, we're going to go to Lake Como, where we're now, and we're going to go to Lake Maggiore. So it's going to be a beautiful garden and food tour that I think we look forward to hosting it, and we really hope forward to having you as our guests. So if you're interested in a tour with Italy or to Italy with us, please drop us a line.
Now I'm looking forward to coming home.
Yeah.
Open the suitcase from the trip to Turkey. We have some good stuff.
We do. We have some great stuff, but we have aperitivo.
Okay, so if you like the videos, put your thumbs up and put on your subscribe subscriptions if you're a subscriber, notifications if you're a subscriber, and we will see you next time.
We will. So here, Arne and Carlos in Como, we're now logging out to have a night in the town. So arrivederci to everybody.
Taking good care of
And
us.
yeah, let's pack that bus, but not now. I really want to go have my drink. So arrivederci to everybody, and we will see you again next week. Same time, but a completely different place. Bye!
Bye, see you. Bye.
And now, let's go.
Ciao.
Drinks. Ciao, everybody. Ciao.